everyone, it's your girl K-Stylez from Detroit. Today on Everyday Living and K-Stylez Dating Tips, I want to talk about everyday living and K-Stylez dating tips. But no, for real, what God wants to do in this generation, He wants to sharpen our communication skills, and He's trying to let us know how to handle when people give you advice and when they give you some suggestions. And He wants you to be able to discern. He wants us to be able to discern when a person is just trying to give you some advice and some suggestions, or when they're trying to make you do their advice and their suggestions, because there is a difference. And I'm going to give a couple examples for us to discern which one is what, so y'all won't be, clashing and, power struggles, and all that type of stuff. So, say you want to paint your room. Say you want to paint your room and you telling this person that, yeah, I'm going to paint my living room. Yeah, I'm going to do it within a week. And the person that's trying to give you some advice and some suggestions is telling you, nah, you should do it in 2 days. So you like, no, I'm going to still do it in a week. Now, when the person that tried to give you some advice and suggestions that was really genuine and was just trying to be helpful or whatever by just saying, yeah, you should do that in 2 days, versus a week. Once you tell that person after they had gave you some advice and that suggestion that you're still going to do it the way you planned it, you're going to still do it in a week and not 2 days like they suggested, and they let it go, you're like, that's what's up. They respect your decision. They allowed you as a human being to make that decision even after they gave you some advice. So that person was genuine with giving you some suggestions and some advice. But this is how you can discern when a person is trying to get you to do their advice. Oh, God. Now, this is some funny stuff, y'all, but this is some real stuff, y'all. This is some real stuff. Now, this is when a person's trying to get you to do their advice and their suggestions. I'm going to give the same example. You're telling that person you're going to paint your living room in a week. The same person is telling you, nah, you should do it in 2 days. You should do it in 2 days. And you're still like, no, I'm still doing it in a week. Yeah, I like doing it in a week. Yeah, you're saying it to that person. And that person's like, no, you should do it in 2 days. Like, they just constantly keep making their point, when you've already made your decision. See, that's the key word, y'all. You have already made your decision. So once you made your decision, they're not satisfied with that because they're trying to get you to do their advice. They're trying to get you to take their advice. They're trying to get you to run with that advice. So that's why they keep trying to give you that advice. And that's when red flags come, because we can't control anybody on planet Earth when it comes to trying to get them to do or make them do what we are suggesting to them or what we are giving advice to them. So that is the difference when a person is genuinely trying to just give you some advice, and after you still tell that person after they gave you some advice, you're still going to do it your way. They let it go because they respect the decision you have made. They allowed you to make your decision. Versus a person after you tell them you're not going to, do it the way they were suggesting and you're still going to do it your way, but they keep still telling you like, no, you still should do it this way. You should still do it this way. See, they're not respecting you making your own decision as a person. They're trying to get you to do their advice, to do their suggestion. And that's power struggles. That's control. Because can't nobody make us do nothing but ourselves. We barely got control of ourselves, let alone control over someone else. So we just have to remember this, even in the area of communication skills. There is a difference when you're genuinely just trying to give someone some advice and some suggestions. And there is a difference when you're trying to get someone to do your suggestions and to do your advice. Remember that. All right, everybody, I want you to continue to stay blessed, not stressed. I want you to continue to rep your city because God has the best. Stay blessed.